Mike Tomlin ripping the Cleveland Browns organization for trading Joe Flacco within the division. I think Mike Tomlin's here on solid ground. I like that he's basically calling out Andrew Berry. Let's play the clip.
You know, to be honest, it was shocking to me. Andrew Berry must be a lot smarter than me or us, because it doesn't make sense to me to trade a quarterback that you think enough of to make your opening day starter to a division opponent that's hurting in that area. But that's just my personal feelings.
And so everybody is in this feud, Kevin Stefanski versus Andrew Berry, and it looks like Mike Tomlin's picked a side. He's the guy saying, like, man, this is crazy what the Cleveland Browns are doing. And it is crazy what the Cleveland Browns did. They thought enough of Joe Flacco to make him their starter. And then, we're going to trade our day one starter to a team within our division, the Cincinnati Bengals, who are hurt. This is insanity. And Mike Tomlin isn't blaming Jimmy Haslam, and maybe he's not because, like, hey, that's an NFL owner. Maybe I'll need a job one day. I don't know. He pointed a finger directly at Andrew Berry. Paul, your thoughts here?
Yeah, I agree with what you said, not pointing the finger at Haslam and not the coach's fraternity at Stefanski, so Berry became his target. We've never seen, I shouldn't say we, I've never seen anything like this. It is a comedy of errors. It is daily. It is not only daily, it is multiple times a day. It is counterintuitive at the highest level. You can't even make this stuff up. If you were to draw up a Hollywood script, this is better than that. He's right. I like Mike I've always liked Mike in that way, that he is a tell it like it is guy and no nonsense, no BS. And it doesn't make any sense. You don't name your starter and then trade him to an in-division rival. And it's their arch rival, Pittsburgh in Cincy. Now, is that going to affect the Steelers season? Is Joe Flacco some world beater that's going to make a difference? No. Is he probably better for the system than Jake Browning at this point? Yes. But it's just the standard of the operating procedure of the Browns is so off the wall that it's literally shocking everybody. The YouTubers, the football people, fellow coaches that would even comment on something like this. You don't normally see this type of thing happen, particularly in season. And so I agree with him. It doesn't make sense. And when we get to the next topics, I have a little bit more to share that I think will shine or shed a little bit more light on this, but it's nonsense. Jimmy Haslam would never run the Pilot Corporation like this. And he's allowing this to take place for the Cleveland Browns, and it's just shocking. It's literally shocking. It's a turnstile of money. It's almost as if he doesn't care. If you were to hire people around you in a standard business that didn't make money by accident, regardless of what you did, in a standard business, you don't allow this nonsense to go on because you would be called out for it. It would affect your business. But he is letting Berry do what he's doing and Stefanski doing what he's doing. And we're watching a tryout during the year. We've never seen this. Rookie mini camp, training camp, off season. That's what this is for.
Well, hold for one. Look, this is a feud between a general manager and a head coach, particularly if the head coach didn't hire the general manager. Take Kyle Shanahan. He gets the job first in San Francisco, brings in John Lynch. The Kyle Shanahan initially going in, and I think still to this day, has more leverage over John Lynch. But these type of feuds are commonplace. You can go all the way back, my days in Kansas City when Marty Schottenheimer and Carl Peterson used to feud. And eventually Schottenheimer wrestled control of the franchise away from Carl Peterson, blew up in Marty's face once he did it to create the 1998 Kansas City Chiefs team that blew up in everyone's face. But it's commonplace. And ownership does struggle a lot of times to navigate the natural tension between a head coach and a general manager. And so you can blame Jimmy Haslam for maybe not managing this relationship well between Berry and Kevin Stefanski, but I don't think you can blame Jimmy Haslam for the actual trade of Joe Flacco within the division. That's on the GM. And yes, Haslam could have overruled it, but now he get in that mess. Well, I can't do my job. You're not allowing me to do what I want to do. To me, this is clearly about Andrew Berry and Kevin Stefanski having two different visions. And I'll bring in the elephant in the room, Shedeur Sanders. This is why I believe Andrew Berry is the guy. He is the Shedeur Sanders guy. And he and Kevin Stefanski have a feud going on about the Shedeur Sanders. And I think Stefanski knows, like, hey, man, this little midget I got here at quarterback isn't that great. He's not going to be our solution. But he's saying, but he's better than that guy. That guy is toxic and a cancer. Go ahead, Paul. I've rambled on enough.
I don't know. I don't know how any quarterback could be successful with what's going on there. I mean, you've seen it with so many guys, whether that was Baker Mayfield, whether it was Joe Flacco, Dylan Gabriel. You're going to put Shedeur Sanders in a week or 2 weeks, 3 weeks. I'm not sure it would work with anybody. I mean, how are you supposed to succeed in a culture like that? There is division. People are going to have different opinions, but I don't think there's a clear plan, Jason. I don't think that anyone in that building knows what the hell is going on. So we can argue or debate, or anybody can, until the cows come home about, is it Dylan, is it Shedeur, or who should it be? If anybody thinks that Shedeur Sanders is going to step on this field and everything's going to magically change, the system is the system. Now, you can put some plays and a package in or a certain way of doing things with Shedeur versus Dylan versus Joe, but it's not suddenly going to make guys catch the ball, drop the ball. There's guys running routes with their hands down. It's hitting them in the helmet. It's like no one even cares. Myles Garrett doesn't want to be there. He's starting to spout off and say a bunch of stuff. And maybe that's a Shedeur thing because he's disappointed that he's not in there. I don't know. But I'm not sure that that's going to make a difference. But I agree. They're going to give him a look. This is like a open tryout. This is a casting call during the season. Like at the beginning of the year, they said, we're going to give them both a look. Who does that? How are you going to blow a season by giving your guys a look? That's off season.
Well, look, you got the original sin
when it's over.
Well, you got the original sin, which is signing Deshaun Watson, acquiring Deshaun Watson, and getting out from underneath the original sin is going to be an ugly process. I'm giving everybody in the organization some grace. Blame Jimmy Haslam for Deshaun Watson. I'm good. Or blame Jimmy Haslam and Andrew Berry because I think that's who controls the roster. I think they got a traditional deal. Kevin Stefanski coaches it up. Andrew Berry and Jimmy Haslam acquire the talent. They're trying to get out from underneath the Deshaun Watson deal. And I would imagine Stefanski sitting there saying, part of the reason he doesn't want any parts of Shedeur is like, hey, man, you guys just brought in for $260 million or $240 million a guy that clearly had character flaws. We all knew it when you brought him in. And Shedeur has character flaws. I know you're not supposed to say that because he's black and he's Deion's son, but it's a fact. And so most of my sympathy falls on Kevin Stefanski, but I also have some sympathy for Andrew Berry because the owner seems to have brought in Deshaun Watson, and it's going to be an ugly process cleaning up that toxic oil spill, which is a massage oil spill. That massage oil spill that overran the lakes of Cleveland. It's going to be ugly cleaning that up, Paul. I don't know if you've ever had those issues where massage oil spills everywhere. No. It's a process cleaning it up.
So I don't know how you clean that process up without putting him on the field. So this whole talk about Shedeur Sanders, I mean, so what are you going to, I mean, the guy just cut an ESPN commercial the other day that shows his progress. Who allowed that to get out? I mean, if you have that much money invested and you're going to take a $37 million dead cap hit, I think it is, how are you going to do that? No one's going to take on that money. You have them. You have him for another year after this year. How do you allow that to go on without putting him on the field? So I think that's the elephant in the room, and I'm not saying he's the answer, but how do you not play him? Are you going to make him the backup or the third string quarterback? I don't see that.
No, I think they're going to play him.
Okay.
I think they're going to play him. And that's some Browns fans would say, and until we figure out the original sin, the big massage roll spill, I don't care who the quarterback is. Play Shador, play Dylan the midget, play whoever. Throw him any. And you're all upset that they may play Shador. Cleveland fans are like, no, I want to look at Shador. This will be fun. I can get some traction out of it on the internet. And who knows? Maybe we'll catch lightning in a bottle, and he'll be a player. They're what are they? 1-5, and they're not going to the playoffs.
The season's over,
and so you might as well take a look at Shador. It seems like you don't want Shador to get a chance on the off chance that he could actually be decent.
No, if I end up being wrong on my opinion, I'm going to be wrong on my opinion. I'll take it the same way as I would if I was correct.
Like what you saw? Hit that like button, subscribe, and check out the full episode by clicking the link below.